ready for another lesson?
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Back Row Banter, your favorite casual movie talk podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Schwartz. On this week's episode, we'll be talking about the movie Blade 2. Blade I, Roman numeral 2.
It's
Blade
difficult to find without putting in
twin
the actual
sticks.
on the internet. It's very funny.
It is everywhere. It is I, which it feels appropriate. You know, like I do like that there is the dual eyes for the two, given the franchise. I don't know, it just feels right. But anyway, of course, before we get to any of that, I'm joined today by not a dud Nathaniel Ginger.
What's up, folks? I'm not a dud Nathaniel. I'm not a dud. I'm a functioning human. Thumbs up
Punching bomb
into camera.
Nice. A little turn and nod. What is that, like that meme from like
the kid
that
using
video
the computer
from the 90s? Yeah, and he turns the camera and gives like a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Classic meme, like an OG one. Like I feel like that's one of the first GIFs that ever went around.
Really
You know what I mean?
Reaction GIF.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a new reaction GIF recently with Bad Bunny at the Grammys, of him crying as everyone applauds his greatest or his best album of the year nomination. I don't know if you guys have seen that yet, but that's been making the rounds this week for me. Yeah. It's a good one. I think it's one people will kind of return to. But yeah, you know, because what are human emotions these days on camera if, you know, they're not meant to be GIFed and memed, you know, like
it's the only way I experience human emotions anymore is in the form of GIFs.
Yeah.
Really. If I don't have
If
I don't have a GIF telling me what emotion to feel at a statement that I see on the internet, then I just get angry, become dysregulated.
Absolutely. Also joining us today, it's Daylight Tyler Berdalis.
What's going on?
Do you like the daylight, Tyler? Would you consider yourself a morning or a night person? Because like you get up early, but I know you also
both.
stay up late often. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm both. I wouldn't say I stay up too often late anymore. Yeah. When I was at Cambria, I was in bed almost by like 8:30, 9 o'clock every night. Like not even questioning it. Because when I first got that job, I was doing like late nights, early mornings, and then I drive a lot when I was there. So I'm like, there were times where I was like borderline falling asleep on the road, and I'm like, this isn't safe. So I totally changed my schedule around, and then we were living at Leah's parents when we were looking for the house. So like, there's like nothing to do out there. So I couldn't even play video games out there. So there was really no reason to stay up late. So it really took me out of a lot of stuff. Yeah. And then now that I'm at this new gig, honestly, I know I can stay up late because it doesn't really matter what time I start my day because it's really dictated on like who I have to go see and where I gotta go. But I really honestly I need to get back into the gym, and I just can't get motivated like to come down here and work out in my basement. Like there's just too many things to do down here, so I'll just be like, oh, well, I can just do this instead of like working out. So yeah, I need to go back to the gym, and so I'm gonna try and get back on like my super early morning workouts, and probably try and put an hour in between like 5 and 6 or 6 and 7.
Yeah, the morning workouts are great because you get out of the way. It's honestly a good way to kind of just wake yourself up as a whole. I feel like when I've done the morning workouts before work, I just feel so ready for the rest of my day, and it's so nice knowing I have that out of the way and I don't have to like figure out time to go to the gym at some point later on in the day.
I'm just not motivated to go after work, dude. I'm like I want to go home. I can't do it. I hate working out after work.
100%. I'm with you.
So, and I've tried, and honestly, it just doesn't work for me. I get like maybe substituting a day or something like that if you don't got it, but yeah, dude, when I was at my best, my strongest, and I was doing 1-2 hours every morning from like 5 to 6, 5 to 7, and I was on top of the world, dude. Now I'm
Still
just a
on my
fat
eyes,
piece of
Ty.
shit.
Oh, okay. Well, trying to give you a compliment.
No,
man.
I'm just kidding. I can't say
keep
that because
chin
my
up.
wife will get mad at me.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm definitely at my heaviest I've ever been though.
That'll happen.
So
yeah, for sure, man. Happens to us all.
I definitely could stand to lose a few pounds and at least, feel good, look good.
Hear that? Well, if it means anything, man, you don't look it.
Thanks. Yeah, everybody tells me I carry my weight pretty well. When I tell people how much I weigh, they're like, "There's no fucking shot." So I'm like 250. In case anybody's like wondering, in case anybody's
I was
like
gonna be
wondering
like,
what that number is.
wait, you're dude. Okay, yeah, there is no
Yeah.
shot. What the fuck?
Yeah. But being
All right,
tall too,
all right.
you always carry it better. You know what
For
I mean?
sure.
Like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
helps a
that's fair too.
ton. Especially to other people who aren't tall, right? They don't really have context of that. So yeah, no,
And honestly, we're probably one of the only podcasts in the world that has an average height of over 6 foot. So
Well,
Yeah, it's
we
very
said
true.
that once, but Blake made the good point of like we have to clarify non-sports podcasts because I'm sure there's some basketball players that collectively outnumber us. Entertainment-wise, I think you'd be hard pressed to find an average height of
Pivot has a
6'2" here.
smoked.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree.
But
well,
in
the
terms of
difference,
entertainment,
I guess, would
podcasts, we could
be
probably
is
take
I
anyone.
understand like we're taking an average to make it fair, but like there's 4 of us. There's very rarely 4 people on a podcast. Most podcasts you see 2 with like a guest,
2 or 3. Yeah, agreed.
So we're above average. That's all I'm saying.
Top percentile
For sure. Yeah, always have been, always will be. Anyway, rounding out the squadron over there, it's Big Blood Pack BlakeHolder.
What's going on, fellas?
I mean, how sick is the Blood Pack, man? I mean, that is just a
This
elite killing squad of vampires who each have like their own weapon and capabilities. I mean, holy crap. Give me a Blood Pack spinoff now, please.
If it came out in 2020, there'd already be one. There'd be an animated series. At least
absolutely.
2.
Yeah, no,
I'd want to see an animated
it'd be 10
series.
episodes. 10 episodes on Disney Plus.
For sure.
All shot on the volume. Everyone's in one room.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. No blood because it has to be PG-13.
Yeah, everything's washed out because it's got to be able to be viewed on a phone.
And
no reloads.
It's a sad reality.
And everyone says, "I'm from the Blood Pack" when they walk into each scene, so everyone knows where they are when they're not looking at it and they're working out at 5 a.m. in the morning and watching Disney Plus.
Right. Well,
Blade to feel.
That's one of my favorite. Yeah, that's one of my favorite running bits right now on the internet. It's like people just recreating like Netflix shows and movies dialogue, and it's people just like reiterating everything that's going on around them. I was like, nobody talks like this at all, but it's just so like when you look down at your phone for 15 minutes and you look back up, you're right back to speed. And
how dare you swing your big hammer at me? I was trying to do the thing.
Yeah. I think was it Ben Affleck who went on to say something about that recently?
Matt Damon.
Anybody read anything about that?
I think it was.
It was Matt Damon. Okay,
Matt Damon.
I figured it was one of them because obviously with the Netflix movie and they were talking about it.
Right.
So
and how they're pushing creators and writers to reiterate plot points multiple times because
absolutely
are assuming probably cortly that people are on their phones and not paying attention. Yeah,
I know, man, but we just as society, bro, we are rewarding the wrong people, and I feel like we do it time and time again.
I would agree, but you know what?
That's everywhere, man. I mean, like, look at how many people in jobs that are fucking getting rewarded for bad behaviors. It's fucking insane, dude.
It's terrible, dude.
It's because fucking companies are afraid to change, and I get like having protection laws and stuff like that, but like when they do interfere with you genuinely being able to fire somebody, it's fucking wild out there to try the loops you have to jump through to get rid of somebody, regardless of anything. It's just like, it's so hard to get rid of bad people nowadays. But it's
Do you have
the
anyone
worst
in
part
mind
is
that you want to name, or it seems like you have someone you're thinking of?
Yeah, dude. I mean, when I was working at Cambria, there was a couple assholes that just fucking work there, and they're fucking giant pricks, dude. They're like there's like there's a 50-year-old dude. He's probably older. I just love to talk about his age because you know, he tries to like look young, like he still dyes his fucking hair. But he's got to be over 50. But just like a prick, dude, like fucking straight up Mean Girls, high school, baby back bullshit. Like literally spends most of his day trying to sabotage people that he works with instead of actually like doing his fucking job. And he got elected to go into something called President's Circle last year, which is like the best of the best. And then after that, he was on multiple reports of like not doing the work that he's supposed to be doing, but yet he's still there. Like it blows my mind.
It's all about who you know.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Right? Yeah.
And like I'll go on the opposite side of that too and play like devil's advocate towards myself. I'm not saying he's not able to be successful in like the market because of what he's done for himself. And he might have been really good at his job when he was like first hired into that job, but he's now been there so long that he just relies on returning business to be able to show his numbers are like basically break even. Like he's never growing. He like has been called out on not going to places, and like they have GPSs in their cars so they can fucking see. And so like you're just washed, dude. You're lazy. You don't want to do it anymore. Like go find something that you can be passionate about instead of like sitting here rotting away because it's a good paycheck.
You know who's not like that?
Yeah, man.
Is our guy Whistler. Still in it for
Hell
the
yeah.
love of the game.
Absolutely. How could he not be?
I mean, when you got a movie where one of the supporting characters' names is fucking Scud, you know it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
That's how I knew I was in for a treat. You know,
when Norman Reedus showed up smoking an enormous doobie,
and he looks like a fucking Scud. Like in every movie he plays,
for sure.
Like it would have been so good if when they came out with Walking Dead and they introduced his character as Scud. I'd be like, dude, what an awesome fucking throwback, and he looks like a fucking Scud still. So I'm like, what? That would have been such a good name for him in the Walking Dead.
Scud Dixon.
Yeah, he really does. That's hilarious.
He's fucking Seal. He doesn't need a fucking last name. Just everybody calls him Scud. Plus, it's post-apocalyptic. I don't want it. I'm never going to use my last name in the fucking zombie apocalypse.
So many fingerless gloves.
I'm going to tell people to just like call me like TNT or something like that. I don't know. But like,
I think Daryl Dixon wears fingerless gloves on that show.
I'm sure he does.
At some point, he's probably got them on.
He rides motorcycles. He absolutely wears fingerless gloves.
Hell yeah, man.
Which is also like one of the worst things you could do in a zombie apocalypse. Let's ride a fucking motorcycle that's already more dangerous than a car and is fucking loud as shit.
Yeah, that's how Daryl Dixon actually dies, is he's on the motorcycle without a helmet and just clips a tree and just
fix a pothole that's been there for 20 years because there's no infrastructure to fix it.
And just cracks his head on the pavement and that's it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know if you guys finished season 11 of The Walking Dead, but that's
the worst part is too. It destroys his brain on impact too, so he doesn't even come back as a zombie. He's the last car accident in history. Scud Dixon.
I've never watched a single episode of The Walking Dead, so honestly, I don't know if what you guys are saying is jokes or if this is like an actual.
We're bringing back our
synopsis.
Did this actually happen on the Mandalorian?
I don't know.
Bit the long gestating bit.
These scenarios did not happen in The Walking Dead.
Okay,
no, but they really could have.
They could have, but Daryl actually got his own spin-off show.
He's dead the whole time. It's actually just the last bits of his brain functioning as it fires off against the pavement.
Yeah. They just they zoom out. They pan out on the very last scene of the Daryl show, and it's just still him laying on the ground in the motorcycle.
Just his blown out pupil
Jesus Christ. Anyway,
honestly, Blake, I think you would enjoy The Walking Dead, but like most people, probably only up until like season 4 or 5.
Okay.
Genuinely, the first season will go down as one of like my top TV shows of that era.
Yeah.
Okay. And when's The Walking Dead? That's great. Like, is that like high school for us? I guess we'll put years on it. Is The Walking Dead like
2009?
Okay, I was gonna say 10.
Around there.
High school for me.
Okay.
10-ish.
Okay. Is what's his name in it?
Yeah,
Every time I think of The Walking Dead, I think of I've never seen a single episode. Is my boy in it?
Jon Bernthal?
Jon Bernthal.
He is, yes.
Yep. Yeah, he's in the first 2 seasons.
I'm thinking of The Walking Dead then. Okay, yeah.
And then his character hits a pothole and he's riding a motorcycle and flies off. And he actually impacts a tree. It's very visceral. He doesn't hit the ground. He goes straight into a tree.
Walking Dead crawled so Hereditary could run. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, exactly.
2010 to 2022. So 10 to 22 is when Walking Dead was there.
12 years.
And anyway, fellas, we're not here to talk about Walking Dead. We're here to talk about Blade 2. Nathaniel, if listener here is new or maybe they've just forgotten, can you give them a rundown of how our review segment works?
Hello, folks. If you're new or perhaps you've just forgotten the way the review segment works here on Back Row Banter, is it is split into 2 sections. There's the non-spoiler section, and then there's the spoiler section. It's pretty self-explanatory. In the non-spoiler section, we'll go over who wrote it, who directed it, who's in it, all that good stuff. We'll go over the IMDb summary. We'll decide if it's good enough, if it passes our vote. Not really, but yeah. Also, we'll talk about our initial thoughts about the movie itself, how we're feeling about it, kind of introduce it a little bit, and then, any deeper thoughts we'll have, we'll talk about after spoiler time. We'll play a spoiler noise if there's any big spoilers for you. You can check out at that point, but check back in to see where we rank it up on our Entropy list, which is everything we've watched on the podcast, ranked and now featuring fancy tiers. I guess, how long do we get to say that those are new? Do we say the first full year?
Maybe the first full year,
All right.
I don't know.
Well,
Ish. We can stop at any point.
Now tiered.
Now tiered. Tiering coming to an Entropy list near you. This, of course, is Blade 2. It's not a new movie, released in the year 2002. It's rated R with a runtime of 1 hour, 57 minutes, and an IMDb rating of 6.7 out of 10. It is directed by Mr. Guillermo del Toro. Written by Marv Wolfman. Written by David S. Goyer. Characters by Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan. What were you going to say, Nathaniel?
I'm just great nominative determinism there that the Wolfman's working on Blade. Created Blade, absolutely. Sounds like.
Yeah. Cool. The cast includes we have, of course, Wesley Snipes as our title character Blade, Chris Christopherson, Ron Perlman, Leonore Varela, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Norman Reedus, the aforementioned Scud. I think I'm probably gonna leave it there. Who is the main villain? Is it Dennis Quinos? Is that the main villain?
I was gonna
Donnie Yen. Yeah. Sorry, I needed to mention that. I was gonna shout him out. Returning to the pod, Donnie Yen.
I am one with the Force. The Force is with
me. No, the main villain is Luke Goss.
Yeah.
No, there you go. Yeah, there you go. I think that's probably going to be our main cast here. The IMDb summary reads as follows: Blade forms an uneasy alliance with the Vampire Council in order to combat the Reapers, who are feeding on vampires. I mean, bland as fuck, but yeah, it works, I guess. It's Blade 2. When did the first one come out again? Was it 98, 99?
98.
98.
Yes,
so
98.
Yeah.
4-year time jump, or not time jump, but 4-year gap in between films. So we have Blade. He's returning. As the summary mentions, he makes somewhat of a truce, if you will, with the vampires, and they kind of got to work together to defeat the greater evil here. it's an interesting plot line. I think the biggest thing with this one, and it jumps out at you immediately once you watch it, directed by Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
And as I came to learn after watching this, because I had to look it up, I was like, is this pre or post Hellboy? Because
right before,
whichever one came first, I mean, this, and which is before is ultimately the answer. And I'm like, this is basically just his test run for Hellboy. It feels like in some ways,
for sure.
Yep,
absolutely,
which is awesome. But I can't help but watch this movie and be like, this is just Hellboy skinned as Blade. And I'm not mad about it.
We're taken from it,
right?
Oh,
pretty,
absolutely.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Ron Perlman. I mean, basically,
and then,
basically playing a version of Hellboy.
The guy who plays the lawyer.
Oh yeah. Oh, what's his name? Oh man.
One of the best jokes in the movie. It's like,
it's a great joke. I laughed super hard.
You're human.
You're
barely.
Human. Barely. I'm a lawyer. So good.
Although I did
remember his character's name.
I didn't know why this never clicked before, but the familiar tattoo would be such a cool movie tattoo to have. To just be like, people can see that and be like, oh shit, my guy
if you know, you know,
dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, shout out Kendall. Kendall's got the most tattoos that are like movie or TV show related that I know of, and like I just love that he picked up that style for himself. Because like tattoos are so cool when you like figure out like what your style is for tattoos, and everybody's kind of got like their own little flow and everything. But yeah, dude, I love Kendall's style for his tattoos. It worked out so well for him.
Shout out Kendall.
Kendeezy. That's my guy. I'm trying to get him to come out this weekend. Movie related. I never really knew, like, how some sequels of movies have like another name, like we jokingly said Electric Boogaloo. I was looking for this movie where to watch it, and on Google it literally has this labeled as Blade 2 Blood Hunt, and I never heard that before.
What?
I always
that's not one I know.
Yeah, I was always just like thought this was just Blade 2, but this is taglined on Google as Blade 2 Blood Hunt. And I was like, what the fuck?
Is your Google in like Britain or something? You got a Google that's thinking it's over in Germany?
No, I don't VPN.
Huh.
You might.
That's interesting.
Should consider VPNing.
Is there a blood hunt in this?
I don't watch enough.
Well, they have that blood. That's actually that's good. That's good.
Good use. Good use as well. Good use.
I don't watch enough porn. Why would I need a VPN?
That's great. That's great. Why would you?
I don't know if I like it.
I can't argue with that.
This is becoming a catchphrase of the pod.
I don't know how I feel about it either, but it's definitely gonna get some laughs. If not from our listeners, at least from the four of us, and that's all that matters. Cool. So
that's funny. Yeah, didn't know there was a tagline to it though. Had no idea.
I didn't either. Honestly, it's not showing like anywhere else. It's literally that's the only place I could find it on. Yeah.
Blake, this is your birthday pick, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell us why. I mean, we watched, if listeners have sticked around enough, or been around a while, we watched Blade 1. Maybe it was relatively early for the first half of this pod. At least
was that
2
a
years
birthday
ago,
pick for me?
3.
Or
I don't know exactly.
It might have been a birthday pick for me.
Sounds like it.
Could be. Yeah,
it could
be. But yeah, so in short, I guess while you're digging on that, so Blade 2 was my birthday pick. I was kind of battling between a few things, and ended up with this one as it's one that's monumental to my childhood, right? I mean, I watched the first Blade and the second one, even for the third one for that matter, as bad as it is, countless times. These are ones that we talk about DNA movies, or this was just ingrained on sci-fi, right? It's me as a kid getting home from school, turning on the TV, I'm putting on sci-fi, and this is it. And obviously those are censored, right, and rated for TV, and then finally you kind of you kind of buck up a little bit, and you finally watching like HBO come middle school or something like that,
Sure.
right? And then I fell in love with it. So yeah, this was one I was glad to share. I mean, obviously, I know Nathaniel and Tyler have seen this countless times. It's kind of our age demographic. Adam is new to the Blade franchise. Obviously, he's aware of the character from the Marvel universe. But the first Blade we did, I believe that was Adam's first watch. Correct, Adam? Am I wrong with that?
Yes. First watch of that one.
For
first
sure.
watch of this one as well.
First watch of this one as well. And Adam actually reached out to me, just like, hey, he reached out to me. Maybe it was like last Friday or Sunday or something.
That was
like
Monday
that.
night, I think, is when I watched it. Sunday or
Monday night. Thank you.
I think it was Monday.
Adam reached out to me. He's like, hey, like any chance you own Blade, right? I'm about to rent it. And I didn't reply fast enough. He ends up getting back to me like 15 minutes later. And he's like, you know what? Never mind. I rented it. And I'm 5 minutes in, and this movie's fucking awesome. Like, that's essentially Adam's text message to me. And then we kind of bounced some ideas back and forth. I was like, I haven't seen it in a while. I remember how it starts, but kind of forget where it veers off after that. And then obviously put it on the other day, and this movie's awesome, man. Everything I remembered it to be. I've seen it countless times. The classic 2000 sequel that's just kind of bigger, better, badder, right? It's kind of an easy way to look at it. Larger set pieces, larger cast. The action is doubled. You get CGI, you get some practical effects in here, deeper vampire lore. So yeah, and in short, as what I told Adam, I mean, this is just Del Toro. He's cooking, man. He's cooking. This is essentially like Hellboy 0.5. Right. Yeah. And then he makes Hellboy 2 years after this? The first Hellboy is 04?
Yep.
04.
So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on. Obviously we'll get into spoilers and whatnot, but yeah, this movie's awesome. So quotable, it's so cheesy. It's your 2000s action's got a ton of nostalgia in it. And there's a few scenes that always stand out to me. Anytime I think of the Blade franchise, there's a few of them from this that always kind of pop up. But
what is it?
Yeah, that's.
Well, this here is an explosive in the back of your head or something. Like it's got some real clunkers, but they're almost, there's a certain charm to them as well too.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You missed the charm of those early 2000s, like action, you know what I mean? Action joints that weren't the major blockbusters, pardon me.
They're all still influenced by the era of action movies that used to be the Arnold ones where everyone had one-liners and that kind of thing. And it's still kind of the hangover from that period before we could become the Jason Bourne. We don't say anything. We just move the camera really fast as you do Kung Fu in front of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a time piece, right? Or a time period piece, time capsule. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, totally agree. But yeah, those are my brief comments. We'll chat about it, of course. But Adam, Ty, I mean, what do you guys want to give your background on this one? I'm sure you guys have seen it a ton of times. Or Nathaniel and Ty, pardon me. Adam, I know you're first watching. Nathaniel, Ty.
Yeah, man, I love this movie. I think anybody that has obviously listened to the podcast or listened to me talk for more than, an hour about movies, Blade probably comes up. So yeah, this also goes down as like DNA movie. This is definitely one of those ones too where we talk about like sequels either being better than the original or just as good. I think this is right up there.
That's what I was gonna ask.
With Blade. Yeah, it's really close, man. It's one of those ones that's definitely like neck and neck. And honestly, again, like if you listen to this podcast or listen to me talk about movies, you know that nostalgia just plays into such like it holds such a high factor in how I grade movies.
For sure. For sure.
And so that's also why Blade is so close to this. I genuinely think that this is probably on paper a better film, but because nostalgia plays so heavily weighted in how I look at movies, Blade 1 is still up there, and that's not to take anything away from Blade. Blade is still like such a really well done movie, especially for its time. But yeah, just like this story plot line is still super easy to follow. There's, I think, just as much, if not more, action in this than there is in the first one.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Obviously, CGI comes into play in this one a little bit more. I shouldn't even say a little bit, quite a bit more in my opinion. But it's still good because Well, this is kind of the weird thing, like, because we don't have to go like crazy. We'll go a little bit crazy, but like in some parts of the movies, you'll see some of the fight scenes are like full blown CGI, and then other fight scenes are like full blown choreographed. So I'm like sitting here sometimes, I'm like, why the change? Why not just? I understand you're trying to like promote the abilities of some of these characters, but like you can still go through some of that and still be able to figure it out without going like full on CGI. But yeah, man, it's definitely got like its clunky parts too. Like some of the fights, like they're trying to make like Wesley Snipes look like a badass, and he is. Blade is too, but like he's fighting like these guys one at a time, even though there's a room full of guys.
Yeah,
like they're all coming at him one at a time. So it's just like it's so funny. It's like classic. Like villain tropes, like I'm gonna sit here and talk about my plot until like my plot gets spoiled, and then like I lose because I talked about it too much.
You
like,
sly dog.
Okay, everybody get his ass, but like one at a time, please. We will get him in numbers one at a time though. And so it's just funny. But yeah, man, classic movie for me. I love this movie. I think it's killer, and we can talk a little bit more about all the spoiler stuff in spoilers.
Hell yeah, man. Nathaniel?
Yeah, I think for me this is another of those ones where I'm pretty sure. In fact, I know I saw this one before I saw Blade. So that this was my introduction to the Blade franchise more. Which I mean, the movie actually does a decent job of kind of introducing you to. Bring you up to speed pretty quick, but it was the same thing. I think where like I must have seen it first on a TNT midday afternoon kind of thing, and then I remember watching it again in college for when I was doing research for my dissertation and stuff, and just kind of going through Del Toro's filmography and stuff. And yeah, like I think on a technical level, just between the two of them from a filmmaking standpoint, there's a real jump once you hand it over to Del Toro. I think Blake hit it on the head that it is like this proto Hellboy bit, to the point that like some of the elements of particularly like the Luke Goss character and like the vampire daughter who has a relationship with one of the heroes gets very much recycled in Hellboy 2. Which is the other one that Luke Goss shows up in, funnily enough. But yeah, it's it's still Del Toro kind of figuring himself out and like learning to work in the studio system, I think, at that point. But it is like, I think, to Tyler's point, for me it definitely hits that rarefied air of the sequel being better than the original. And and I don't know how much of that is my own nostalgia for having seen this one first, like I said. But
sure.
Yeah, it's like, it's so funny looking back, and you can like almost chart the like, it's almost like The Crow, Blade 2, Underworld. Like there's this just very like Van Helsing, like there's this, it's just this very same, like the goth neo action movie from the early thousands or late 90s, early thousands, really kind of just picks up there, and then like kind of reaches its zenith when it goes supernatural at a certain point, but then like also like evolves somewhat into John Wick as well too.
I was gonna say, like, I think that's kind of where it goes, and obviously the magnum opus of that we're probably missing is The Matrix.
Yeah,
right? Like
absolutely.
Different of a subgenre, but like definitely the magnum opus of our neo goth action.
Yeah, like
guns,
they're all using, but they're all using the action scenes that like got from people that cut their teeth in like Hong Kong action kung fu cinema in like the 70s and stuff that have now come over to the States, and that's where they're finding work and stuff. And it's just a really interesting little line you can follow in film history, I feel like. And just turn of the millennia movie making. But yeah, this one fits nicely into there. I think it also features a lot of classic Del Toro design, particularly with the vampires, where there's a mouth where there shouldn't be a mouth, or it like the mouth is different than how mouths are supposed to be. Lots of fun tentacles and goo. So It's good stuff. I recommend.
Totally.
Yeah, I'll round it out really quick.
Yeah, talk to us, man. First watch.
First watch, you kind of already teased my thoughts. Were like, I put this on. I was 10 minutes in. I was like, I'm fucking sold. Like, let's just have a good time, Guillermo. Like, just I think just a lot of sauce on this movie, man. Just dripping with like charisma, and just from costumes to the sets to just the action and the camera work and the way Guillermo moves the camera subtly within shots just to kind of accentuate certain movements or certain characters. I mean, just fun watch and very, very refreshing given some of the things that we kind of get today in terms of superhero stuff. It was awesome to see. And it also just having this be pre-Hellboy, Del Toro would kind of brought me back to those Hellboy movies, which like are sneakily like a DNA movies for me, because I don't know how I discovered them or how I ended up watching them, but like I watched those quite a bit as a kid. Both of those Hellboy movies. So brought me back to that time a bit. And it kind of made me want to rewatch those Hellboys, which I think I've kind of hinted at before. But I'm definitely recommending.
I was gonna say we've talked about that recently, and I'm fucking down. Like, even if it's off pod, whenever you want, even if you can't come over, we'll get into a little party and we'll just watch each other at our respective houses. I'm down.
I just added Hellboy to our short list, so we have it on there in case we need it. Down the road.
I watched Hellboy not too long ago, maybe a month ago, 2 months ago.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm definitely recommend. All good. Definitely recommend on this one. I probably like it more than the first one overall. So I mean, I haven't seen the first one since we watched it originally for the podcast, which was, I looked it up about at least 3 years ago, probably close to 3.5. So it's been a while since I've watched that first one. So maybe I'd have to give it a rewatch to give a firm answer. But initial impression is, I think I'm walking away from this one a little bit more higher on it than the first, despite really liking the first as well. So I'm on board, man. This was a good time. All right, with all that being said, I think we can go ahead and head into spoilers. So if you've not seen Blade 2 and don't want it spoiled for you, go ahead, check the episode description. You've left a timestamp you can use where you'll be taken to the ranking of the movie up upon our Entropy list. What spoiler noise you got for us, Nathaniel?
Let's see. How about spoilers? Shit goes down.
There it is. Yeah, I mean, in short, though, I mean, I definitely think this is a film for, at least for the folks in our age group. A lot of folks, I would have to imagine, probably caught this before seeing the first Blade. I'm probably in that same basket. I can't confidently deny that.
Sure.
Right? Just of how big the second film was, and just a little bit more ready for TV when I started watching TV, getting home from grade school and whatnot. So I totally understand that. As far as Adam's point as well as being higher on this one, I get that too as well. I mean, I think it's functionally a better film. It expands on the lore. You get some better action sequences. You definitely get a much more horror aspect of Blade, which some people are really into when you're looking for vampire hunting and whatnot, and vampirism. So yeah, it's awesome, man. It's a treat. I'm glad. I was very happy when Adam texted me. He was like, "Never mind, dude. I'm 5 minutes in, and this movie's fucking awesome." And and then I started the next night, and then I was about maybe 8 or 9 minutes in, and I was like, "Okay, I remember how it kicks off right with it. Right, you got Nomak at the blood bank, donating." And you're like, "Oh, that's strange. He's speaking another language, but he's saying he hates vampires." You're trying to figure it out, and then you obviously get the action sequence with Blade, seeing the standard vampires that we've come to know from the first Blade film, and just the fucking awesome slow motion motorcycle scene in an alleyway. And it's awesome, dude. It's awesome. This movie is so cool.
Yeah.
A lot of great nostalgia callbacks.
Like that first bit where he has the last vampire who he's trying to use to find out where the rest of the clan is or whatever. And he's torturing him by having a motorcycle going and he's holding him closer to it, and the helmet hits it and it rips off the helmet, and so then his face is just there, and it's all in shot, and you can tell that it's like a physical prop and everything. And you're just like, oh man, you don't get that anymore. Like,
so good, dude, so good. So yeah, those are the stuff that are the neat wonders. The Reaper virus and the vampires with jaws that open the other way, fucking awesome. Peak Del Toro, right? Maybe not peak, not foundational Del Toro, which we come now to see 20 years later. So that stuff's awesome as well, and it's cool. It gives you the opportunity to have Blade do a team hunt this time.
Yeah,
the first film is so much of him by himself, right? That you don't really get to see him interact with a few other folks. Go ahead.
I loved that kind of play on the story. Like, I just, didn't know what to expect following the plot of the first one. Like, obviously he hunts vampires, but like, what are you going to do to kind of iterate on that a little bit? So like the fact that he has to like then team up with the vampires, thought that was a super cool kind of way to take the film. So I was definitely on board for that.
It's the Terminator 2 thing, right? You team up with the villain from the first one to come up with a new thing, which is a classic storytelling, like, sequel, as Blake kind of said earlier. Like it is almost this like this classic sequel version where it's bigger, better, badder, but it's also taking the things from the first one and taking an iteration on it. And like in that, it's almost so refreshingly functional in some ways. Like within 20 minutes of the movie, you're like, Whistler, who has died in the first one, is back. And like, how did he get there? Why?
yeah, right.
It doesn't really matter, but
doesn't matter.
Chris Christopherson's back. Like, we wanted him here, and like, yeah, we got it. And like, as an audience member, you're kind of just like, all right, whatever. Like, it's not. It's the movie's better because he's in it. So why not?
For sure.
You're not as slave to the other stuff. And then they introduce, and then like, again. Within 20 minutes, Chris Christopherson's back, and they've teamed up with the Blood Pack, right? And now the vampires are here, and we've got the new threat, which is the Reapers, which we're not 100% sure like what they could be doing. We just know it's bad and like and it's unexpected in a fun way. So yeah, I thought it's so functional that like it just feels very new to us in some ways, or like refreshing to the old ways as well too. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude, you're right. You're right on the head with that, and it also even fits that small niche of like your people who are suckers for like your ragtag team.
Oh,
like you kind of get that as well in this.
Yeah, you
right.
Gotta get a team.
You get for sure. You get a group of 6, 7, 8 individuals, right? All different personalities, all different motives.
Yeah.
A little bit, and it's like we're gonna go ahead and put them towards point A. So yeah, man, it's awesome.
I think the only
one thing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, please go ahead.
I was just going back to the Blood Pack. I think this is the only other movie that I've ever seen Vince from Fast and Furious in as well.
Vince.
Which one is he?
He's in Fast and Furious 1 as the like dumb buddy that gets his
brother,
arm
right?
caught, that gets the arm caught on the like in the final truck thing, that, and like that's the reason that they have to call the ambulance.
He's Mia's brother, right?
Ex. No. Mia's brother is Toretto.
Yeah. He is
Vin Diesel.
Oh, that's right.
And then he comes back.
It's her ex.
Oh, it's the guy who slides the salt shaker at
yes.
Brian,
yes.
right?
And then he comes back in like the 5th one in Brazil, because he's like living there now for some reason.
Yeah. He's got like a kid, family. Yeah, he's like, dude, he's like, one time I got fucked up in LA because I was a criminal, and so I moved
to Brazil.
Brazil. This is where it's at. More crime, actually.
Here they just don't care.
Yeah, fit right in.
Nice.
But yeah, I was rewatching this movie and I was like, damn, that's Donnie Yen. Damn, that's Vince from Fast and Furious.
Yeah. The Donnie Yen one catches me.
I didn't put that together with the Fast and Furious one, but that's funny. I also love they introduce. I know you did.
It was like you're putting like two very highly rated movies.
Sure,
Of
sure.
mine.
That's the crossover.
Right in the personal
Yeah.
Tyler entropy list. This is like we're talking
Yeah.
3 and 4,
We're-
5 and
We're
6.
going
You know what I
crazy
mean?
right now, dude. We're
Yeah.
fucking. We're like low S tier.
It's like the Jimmy Neutron Fairy Odd Parents, like a universe crossover.
Crossover.
Oh man.
That's this movie. To
That was a
Tyler.
trip. That movie crossover is a trip.
Jimmy and Timmy Power Hour.
Honestly, like, yeah, I mean, dude, like when you talk about crossovers, you really just don't see them too much anymore. The last time I really saw them was when the CW had like the Flash, the Green Arrow, and like all those shows come out, and they did crossovers.
Well, that's why, if you remember Avengers, the first one was like such a big deal because that was kind of a crossover at that point. Like we didn't really see a lot of those movies cross over in that way and those characters be on screen together. So I remember the hype around that just being like, holy shit, they're all together. Like, oh, that was awesome. But I just want to say I love how they introduced kind of the blood pack in terms of like just sending was it Nissa? Yeah, Nissa, and who's her compatriot? Is it Verlaine? Does that sound right? I forgot. Assad. It's Assad. Anyway, yeah, but the two they were like suited up vampires. I thought that little like home invasion scene was pretty cool, and their suits were awesome. They look so cool. So that was a fun little introduction to them.
No, it's the
No,
dreads.
I was gonna say that
daughter
was
and
the
her
hammer,
partner.
isn't it?
Something.
No.
Fuck that guy too, by the way.
Yeah, for real.
Fuck that guy.
But yeah, when they do the little base invasion and they have the little kung fu fight and then they call a truce.
Yeah, the big CGI fight in front of the lights.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
What I was
classic
talking about.
Blade
Too much CGI.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's blatant. I don't know. I think it's in terms of the movie, I think it's somewhat necessary to have like, some supernatural abilities be portrayed in the fight scenes. I think it's fine for that. And then it's also 2002 and it's around the time where you have Matrix and you have all these other movies and it just kind of has to be like, hey, movies now have CGI in them, like we need to incorporate it somehow kind of thing.
Well, and I feel like it's like to your point, like it's more or less the bits where they're going above human like ability for a fight scene.
Yeah.
And like and at a certain point later in the movie when I kind of like settled into it, there was parts where like I think Blade gets like punched and the camera almost like follows him and his face almost kind of like expands like you in like an exaggerated way that you get to like watch it, and I was almost like feeling that like, oh, this is the comic book element feel to it that I'm like seeing here. Like if you were drawing that on the page, you would kind of you would draw it in that expanded way as well too. So in some ways, I felt like by the end I had settled into it and it was adding a little bit more comic book flavor to it overall. But that might just be my nostalgia justifying it to me when back in 2002 we're trying to see what we could do, right?
Yeah. No, I agree.
But yeah, I
mean, that being said, though,
go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that being said, though, I mean, as well as I know we're speaking regarding the CGI, but there's still a ton of practical effects in this that have aged great, right? The entire Reaper cadaver process, fucking awesome, right? And I keep saying this, another classic Blade 2 scene, right? Is that, and that's an entire practical effect cadaver, right? That's totally awesome.
For sure.
There's even some scenes too where a few of the Reapers are being shot or vampires are being shot, and you can see like the blood shoot out of their wounds or the blood shoot out of their mouth, right? And you can tell that's a practical effect. And it's not just the CGI blood. So you begin to appreciate a lot of shit like that. So go ahead, Nathaniel.
Oh, no, I was following up with you. I think, like, yeah, there's definitely those. It's a 2002 movie, right? So there's definitely like that element of craft that I think is present within it, even though it is like arguably a superhero B movie at the time. Like, not only that, it was a sequel. Like these, again, this is pre-Marvel era, pre-Iron Man, pre-Batman Begins as well too. So like superhero movies 100%. Were in a much different place at the time as well too. And this is R-rated. So like I think it's crazy that it is kind of like that level of craft already at that point, and really shows you, like, you think about what else is out at the time, like this versus like a Resident Evil. Like, not that I don't have my own love for Resident Evil, but like that's kind of the same level of like what you're kind of presenting out there, right? And like this is just head and shoulders above what everyone else has got going on there. We need to talk our favorite Blade. Blade is the coolest, and that is the reason he survives bits in this. For instance, you know, we talked a little bit about the bomb. Like the full fact of like the bomb being the thing that gets him away with Norman Reedus, and it'd be like, it's not a dud. Like that is just that's such a good.
Even before that, when they're in the helicopter on the way to the base, and she's like, "I'm disappointed," and he's like, "Come on, tell her, show her what it is." And he just like opens his jacket, and
sometimes,
and then he's like, still disappointed, and she just like smiles, and then it just pans to the next scene.
Yeah,
so it's like,
awesome,
super fucking.
I love
just too fucking cool to die.
Yes, it's like, I've revealed my twist to you. Nah, I knew about it months ago. Why? Because I'm Blade. Like, I'm the coolest.
Yeah, for sure.
There was another one.
I've been preparing for this my whole life. You think you're gonna fucking stop me?
Right, exactly. Which, you know, good. That's
sure. My favorite moment for like that kind of pick is in the end when he's fighting. I always forget his name. Hellboy.
Reinhardt.
And he grabs the sword before he like sticks it up, and it's like in between his hands, and then he's like is just like through sheer strength just like turns it and then like hits him in the face with it, and then it flies up, and then he comes down and he just fucking cuts him in half. And I'm like, dude, he's so fucking cool.
Yeah. Go ahead.
My favorite, definitely when he gets introduced to the blood pack and walks in, he goes, "Y'all been trading 2 years to hunt me down, and I'm here. Ooh, so exciting!" It's just like, man, to walk in with that aura, I'm like, fuck, man, he's so fucking cool.
You could definitely see why Wesley Snipes thought he was Blade as well too. Like you could see how
he's perfect for this.
If like
he's perfect
for this.
If everyone was calling you that on set and that needed to be your character, like it would just melt your brain, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think my favorite bit, it's a little different, but it's in the same scene that that we were just chatting about earlier, where he's fighting Reinhardt, the Ron Perlman character, and it's after like first he like suplexes a guy, right? Sure. Then then the camera cuts. It's where he's talking to Ron Perlman, and like he gets up really fast and has like an anime sound.
Oh yeah.
And he stands up. It's like
and he's just all of a sudden in front of him.
Yeah. It's like I like that, and then he kills Ron Perlman, and then our boy Whistler throws the sunglasses probably like 45 yards.
Blade's incredible.
Perfect.
If you could spiral a pair of sunglasses, it was a perfect fucking spiral.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Exactly. And then Blade catches it like not on the glass either, like on the side part to not damage it. Fucking phenomenal, dude. That's my favorite part.
Believe it or not, when Nathaniel and I were living together and he was looking for his glasses, I could just kind of like throw them across the living room, and that's exactly how he would catch them.
A lot of times I didn't even have to. I didn't have to catch them. I just would catch them with my face. Yeah, as they whipped by.
It was just such a great throw and catch. It was just like from my hand to his face.
I could do it in transit. You know,
great.
Yeah, but I completely forgot about the fight scene where he is taking out all those guys. The detail of he is locked on to Ron Perlman the entire time. He is just whipping ass in this thing. After he gets thrown out of a window into a fountain of blood, arises from it, and then just proceeds to whoop ass across a room, and then ending with a WWE style like held suplex, one on top of each other, falling backwards into a glass floor that's there for some reason. And then Mike Tyson like peekaboos himself up to Ron Perlman with an audible whoosh. It's just pure cinema at that point.
It's incredible.
For sure.
Even, I mean, like the hatred is real between them. Even in like the club where he's like, it would be so easy, and he's just
but then he's got
pointing at him,
the gun pointed at him,
and then Vince just fucking like taps him on the shoulder, and he's like, "He's got you."
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, that scene is awesome too, and that segues me to. I always forget how much I enjoy the club scene in Blade 2 because the first one is so prominent and like pop culture. Awesome. You know, and then like this scene comes and I was like, dude, I forgot how much happens at this, right? You get that.
Dude, they're like
to your point
people
where they're shooting each other.
Fucking like that dude's like looking in that person's like whole back, and then there's another
that was
one
crazy.
Where, like, the other person's arm. Like, yeah, it is wild.
Yeah, for sure.
The blood pack,
and then you obviously get the first Blade and Nomak interaction.
Yes, true.
Oh, the one guy who walks in at first and he's like, it'd be so easy. We should just kill them all. And then once thing hits the fan, this guy's just shooting everybody in there. that's like my favorite bit. He's not even aiming at the Reapers. He's just mowing down the entire club. Like not even trying to aim at anything.
It's full Predator, like old Painless taking out the entire village thing, or
for sure.
No Russian from Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
Yeah. What you guys think of the first Blade and Nomak fight, right? So it's they kind of go to that like it's like an abandoned building next door, next to the club. They like run through the little alley, and they get the first one-on-one fight there, and you get to see that he's able to heal from his wounds. Nomak right in real time. He can take garlic shots directly to the fucking stomach and shit. Like how'd you guys like that? I mean, that was pretty cool. And there's some practical effects in it too. There's a lot of hand-to-hand combat in that.
Yeah, the little knifey blade, punchy blades are real fun.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we got a shot of him using that on someone before Nomak, so we could get the full effect of them blooding out all over the place. But that one's still awesome. And I think like they're both a really good stunt performers as well too. That's something that I think should be acknowledged in as kind of like Tyler was saying, like Wesley Snipes is really good at that, and I think Luke Goss does a really good job with that as well too. But yeah, it's a great little opening fight and kind of like letting you know the stakes of where everything is at this point. Like they kind of got one trick to work on these guys, and no one's figured it out yet. And I think it's right after that they figure out Sunlight's kind of like the one thing that'll work on him. But even that's
our boy Scud figures it out, right?
Yeah. But even that's like just good storytelling. Like that you wouldn't know that about the enemy at that point, and like that it becomes an element of how they're gonna like, try and take everyone down and everything. I think a lesser film would not have that again, that craft to it.
Yeah. And another major plot point too, and it's one of those things where we talk about like exposition dumping from characters, where like it's actually the first Blade and Nomak interaction.
Oh,
and then he's like, is the enemy of my enemy my friend or my enemy?
Or my enemy.
But that's a great concept, right, for a movie. But it's just funny that like, of course they say it to each other. You know what I mean? But that's a part of it. But yeah, dude, I like this movie a ton. I like it a ton. Didn't know, on a side tangent, had no idea the Strain TV series was like essentially based off this. Like I remember watching the first season of the Strain TV series in college in like 2014 when it came out. And I literally watched it the entire time. I was like, man, these guys look just like the fucking Reapers from Blade 2. Had no idea it was Del Toro.
Yeah.
No idea.
I think in like one of the Resident Evil games too, that it's basically this creature design, which I don't know if this is the first one to do it or if this is what inspired the rest. I don't know what sequence that happened.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Since it's Guillermo del Toro, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he probably came up with the design himself. I don't see him really looking to copy anyone else. So.
I've got one of his notebooks around here that has definitely got his early creature design for it. I won't say it's not influenced by something else, but like, those drawings are definitely his, and like the design of Nomak is definitely him.
Yeah. How do you guys like the additional lore of like now you get to see like vampire kings and shit? Like in the first one, it was more so just like the council of all pure blood vampires,
Right.
And then we had Deacon Frost, who was turned, and he's up there basically like balls on the table, like you guys are all fucking stupid. Let's just take over the world.
Right.
And now with this one, you have, like an actual vampire king, right, who looks wildly different than everybody else. Right, you can see that he's never once been human or even the concept of a human or anything of that nature. And he's the person who creates this Reaper virus to kind of spread vampirism through all facets of life. I mean, what do you guys think of that?
Again, I don't know if this was the first one to do that, but it's so funny that that almost like immediately becomes a thing in Underworld and like subsequent like vampire lore media as well too. That of like the kind of like. Again, I don't think it like I think that the element like there's like one main one, but then there's like and it's kind of like almost a family tree has always been there in some ways, but like the councils and the half like born a vampire, not born a vampire. I don't know if all of that,
turned a vampire.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that is there before Blade in the first one and that kind of thing. I'm sure. I'll bet you there's someone out there. There's probably like Anne Rice Interview with the Vampires, all that stuff, and I probably have just never read it or come across it. But yeah, it's an interesting, or not. It's a good place to take the direction of the franchise. I think after the first one sets up a lot of that. To your point.
Yeah,
I think anytime you get the ability to elaborate on some kind of background or put a little bit more lore in something, it always gives watchers, viewers, just a little bit more buy-in with like where everything's coming from. So it's useful for sure.
Yeah. Adam, how do you feel? So your first watch, favorite scene? Give me your top 2 favorite scenes. First watch.
Ooh, I think the opening stands out for sure. Just that opening kind of chase and like there's not necessarily like a rhyme or reason for it. Obviously, it's gonna
the blood bank portion or the blade
after that the blade chase. Yeah, blade in the alley and just that just such a fun little opening sequence to just kind of reintroduce you to Blade in the movie and just this kind of style of what this movie's going to be. So I loved that. There's a lot of good fight sequences in the third act, but like in terms of like actual scenes, I just love when Blade meets the Blood Pack, as I kind of mentioned. Like that scene's a lot of fun. And then him like just implanting the bomb device in the back of the Ron Perlman's head is hilarious, and obviously that kind of pays off later too. But yeah, I'd say those are my top 2, and then probably that fight sequence at the end of the movie between him and I guess it's Nomak is really well done. So cheers to that. But yeah, I'd say those 2 to 3 would be my top picks. Ones that stand out.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair. I know you said you probably like this one more than the first one. Is there a reason why? Is it the Del Toro influence? Is it this is just, despite it only being 4 years, it seems like a massive jump in like modern movie making almost, right? It sounds crazy.
There's definitely a jump. There's definitely a jump, but I don't know if that's. What'd you say?
I said first one's pre, second one's post Matrix, man.
I was just about to say, I think it's probably the post Matrix kind of thing, which I remember watching the first one, and I think I watched it at your place, Nathaniel, and turned to you, and I was like, this reminds me a lot of the Matrix, and you were like, yeah, it's right before it, which is kind of funny because Matrix gets a ton of credit for the kung fu and the kind of the style and stuff, but this came out, or Blade 1 came out right before it and had a lot of the similar elements, so it's kind of funny that it doesn't get the nod or maybe credit it deserves. But yeah, this one definitely feels a little bit more evolved from the first one. I think Guillermo, in terms of again his camera work and then just costumes and the way he builds the vampire world and everything like that is awesome. Expansion of the Blood Pack is cool, and just teaming up with vampires now and then kind of the tension that creates too. I mean, yeah, just all around like I think it's just an upgrade all around. I think the first one probably has overall more one-liners that are
for
funny.
sure. The
Like,
first
this
one is so
definitely has a
quotable.
lot of good ones. The first one's really quotable. What is it? A lot of
Yeah, it's
motherfuckers
like
skating ice
yeah,
skating
it's like
uphill or something like that.
something. It's either that or like
Yeah.
motherfuckers always trying to ice skate
Yeah.
uphill, or like
Yeah,
something
exactly.
after
Some
you like beat
motherfuckers
somebody
always trying
else.
to
Yeah.
ice skate uphill. Yeah.
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 Great
Yeah.
analogy. 'Cause
So
that's probably really challenging
yeah.
to ice skate uphill.
Right. So yeah, there's a lot of quotables from the first one. I think that one maybe takes it there. But overall, I think just as a movie and just entertainment wise, I think I just had a better time with the second one, because I think also the first one, if I remember my viewing experience with it, I didn't love the finale and like the giant monster that
Blood
the
tornado.
Deacon Frost. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't a big fan of that when
Yeah, for
watching.
sure. That CGI
Wasn't
is
my
rough.
favorite aspect of that movie. It's rough. So I think this one kind of lands better at the end. I don't know, man. It's a good time. It's a good time. So I think just a few things all around, really. But I do really like the first one, so I don't want anyone to think that I don't like it. I do like this one just a little bit more.
Fair.
Cool.
Cool.
All right, we ready to get this up?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm glad we got to share it with you, man.
Yeah. I think it was a good pick, man. Glad to get around to this one. I want to watch Blade 3, but I don't think I will. Based on your guys.
I mean, at this point, though, dude, I think you just
Trinity, and
I think you just
need
commit to it. Great point, Ty. It is Blade Trinity,
Okay.
not Blade 3. But at this point, dude,
sorry.
Adam, I think you just commit to it, man. You saw the first two. You might as well finish the
Fuck.
trilogy, bro.
Plus,
Fuck,
it's not
okay.
like you
It's
haven't
still a Blade
watched
movie.
a shitty movie before, and like
For
it's
sure.
still one of those movies that's fun to just like talk about afterwards. So
Sure.
Yeah.
and it also gives you some perspective where like some people maybe got like not like their first break, but like, you know, just everybody makes like a shitty movie. It's still one of those that like you'll still get something out of it. I definitely recommend that you watch it.
Okay.
It's not like a
Ryan
total
Gosling?
waste of time. It's not like a fucking
Or sorry, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. It's not like
Got
a Borderlands like complete waste of time.
Okay. Maybe I'll check it out. Anyway, welcome back, listeners who skipped over the spoiler segment of the podcast. We're gonna go ahead and throw up Blade to hop upon our Entropy list. For those of you who do not know, the Entropy list is Back Row Banter's official list of all the movies we have reviewed, regardless of genre, regardless of anything else, all in one fantastic list. It's essentially how we rate our movies. Rather than do it out of 5 stars, out of 10, whatever it is, we throw up all the movies we review on a list and see how they compare to one another and see how they compare into different tiers. We now have 7 different tiers ranging from S tier at the top, A, B, C, and on down. And our final tier is the money laundering tier, where it's movies so bad that we question if they were made to launder cash. With that being said, if you want to look at the entropy list or the tier list, you can find both those links in the episode description, where it's linked to my Letterboxd and in a Google sheet where that tier list is kept. But yeah, let's get her up. What are we looking at here?
Blaze at 121. I honestly think that this is going to come pretty close to that, probably for most of us, and I'll just kind of start that off. I think I'm just going to go with 125.
Sure. Above Rebel Ridge, below Rain of Fire.
Yeah, I really like that spot for this. I think there's obviously some pretty strong movies under it too. And obviously some newer stuff, but as far as like, again, you know, this still also has some pretty high nostalgia factor for me. So yeah, I think just the way that this is gonna land for me, at least, it's gonna be pretty close. So yeah, I'm gonna be at 125.
I won't say I'm far from you. The area I was looking at was actually 111, or 112 below Wakanda, below Bring Her Back, above Wakanda Forever.
And you have said that you will go on record saying that you like 2 more than 1. So.
Yes, and you know, I like 2 more than 1. And it's the Guillermo, you know, my boy as well too. You know,
For sure.
So kind of puts him around some other ones in that area. That's above Frankenstein from him, above Nightmare Alley from him, for a little bit more context. But yeah, I think that's where I'm at. 112.
Blake, I'm at 125. Nathaniel's at 112.
Okay. Adam, where are you at, brother?
I haven't given a ranking yet. I'm really torn because while I do like this more than the first one, I'm having a hard time putting it above the first one because it's just higher than I would have it on a personal. It is, which is fine. Like I know you guys are all love it, and I really like it too. But it's higher on the overall entry list than I would personally have it. So like, there's La La Land, Weapons, Challengers. I mean, there's just Barbarian and Malignant too. Like, just a bunch of movies that I like a lot more and want to put this below. So while I do like this more than the original Blade, the original Blade is just higher than I'm personally on it. So I'm just gonna ignore the fact that it's gonna be ranked below Blade 1. And I think I'll be comfortable slotting this below. Oh man, this is tough. I don't want to go too low on it. It's an interesting area because there's this is an area of the list that I would shift around quite a bit.
I think this is truly the trenches of the list where just like things battle it out. Like so much stuff just gets put in really odd spots here overall, and there's so
like
much
high 90s to like 130.
Yeah, it's so much just where people's because you can skew the list by putting something higher. It's where a lot of our like personal faves that aren't quite that A or S tier like group picks end up. So it's just a minefield the whole time.
Yeah. It is.
But that's why this is fun.
Do you have a spot, Blake? This is why it's fun, but it's also
I'm eyeing it now, and I think I'm ultimately gonna have to lean. It's hard because I like Barbarian a lot, and I like Malignant, but I really, really enjoy Barbarian a lot. But I think my ceiling is The Descent, right? The Descent to me is like a pillar of early 2000s horror through and through, 100%. So that's my ceiling.
Sure.
And honestly, I don't really care for Deadpool Wolverine. Probably won't even watch that movie again. So I'm gonna go right below it. I'm gonna go 134. So I'm sacrificing Barbarian. I'm sacrificing Mutant Mayhem, which I love a lot.
True.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm going.
Okay.
Man. I'm gonna have to do 138 below Barbarian, above Mutant Mayhem. I think that's just kind of where I'm gonna have to cut my losses. There's definitely some movies below that I might put above, but that's where I kind of feel most comfortable. And I look at Barbarian and Malignant back to back there, and then Weapons shortly after that. I'm just like that. I just can't do those three below this. So I'm gonna go at 138. Again, below Barbarian, above Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. That will give us an average ranking of 127.25, meaning we put it below La La Land and above The Fabelmans.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's fair. It ends up being above Badlands, above Weapons, which people like a lot, but this has got some nostalgia ties.
Sure.
Who would you guys like to see direct a Blade movie? Like, if you had to pick your director to make a Blade movie.
The Mahershala Ali one?
That's a good question.
The dude that did
may or
the
may
raid.
never come out. Oh shit, that'd be a great pick.
It did the what?
The raid.
Raid.
Like I would almost do it like a Dread, where it's like him and one that has to clear one building and make it to the top kind of thing, you know.
Yeah. That's a good one. One I can go like, and it's funny we were just talking about it because we're talking about Send Help and Sam Raimi.
Sure.
But like you can probably get me on board for a Sam Raimi Blade movie. He knows how to blend horror, right? Think of Multiverse of Madness, think of Cabin Fever, think of all those nature, you know what I mean, all the things of that nature. I think he could do a blend. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be great.
The dude who did the John Wick movies, what's his name?
Okay.
Yeah.
Stunt guy. What'd you say?
Is it Stahelski's the one that does those ones, and then there's Leach
Chad Stahelski. Yeah. Either one of those guys, honestly, because Leach is good too. But yeah, Stahelski, I would say, would be my pick. I think this is like, especially this Blade 2, where they kind of expand the world a little bit and they give you like the backstory or like more vampire like lore and hierarchy and stuff. Very reminiscent of like John Wick 2 and like their expanding of the universe and stuff. And I think the kind of the hand-to-hand combat kung fu style could fit well. After
Bone Temple, if you had told me Nia DaCosta was going to get the next one of these too, I wouldn't, hate it.
Me
not a bad comment either.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I mean, funny.
Who would you pick, Ty?
Did you ever see Bone Temple yet, Ty?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well.
Also, you got to remember, we're going from a Friday when we all hung out to like
True, it's been like
Wednesday
3 days.
You give me a full week. So.
That's valid.
Maybe that's what we do
honestly,
Saturday. I'd go see that with you.
I don't know if I would do like someone big like a Denny or like a Nolan would be fucking sick too.
Sure.
That would be cool.
But that would make this movie more of like an epic versus just kind of like your B tier movie that like this has. You could even do a fucking like a James Cameron would probably be pretty sick too.
That'd be
but
crazy.
Also, if I have to pick like the side of me that no one else would probably pick, I think like Miyazaki fucking animated film of Blade would be fucking insane.
Yeah. You can get me on board for that for sure.
Give me the guy that did Green Room.
I was thinking about that earlier. I was gonna look it up to see who it was, but I didn't. But I was gonna say that would also be a good one.
Jeremy Saulnier.
Who is that?
That's fun. Yeah.
Jeremy Saulnier. It's Saulnier. Last thing he did was Rebel
awesome.
Ridge.
Okay.
Oh
Give me the guy that did
yeah.
High Tension.
Yeah, there you go. Alexander Aja, bro, he's great. Last thing I think he did was maybe Crawl.
You might be right. Which Crawl isn't that bad.
Adam, just fucking boo.
Or something cool. I think like he's kind of become one of my dudes.
Yeah. But yeah, those are all solid picks, man. Solid picks.
All right. Our next review, as we close out Blade 2 here, is gonna be what did we decide on? Oh yeah. Continuing with a bit of a Black History Month trend, we are shifting gears to Shaft from 2000 with Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, wow.
That is currently streaming on Fubo
The world's
and Tubi.
best streaming service.
Yeah, Tubi. It's on there, and so you can go check that out for free, and then join us for our review next week. I'm very excited. The cast is hilariously awesome, so I can't wait.
Yeah, I had no idea that cast was that loaded.
It's sneakily
Like zero
super
idea.
loaded.
Dude. Zero idea.
It's so funny to me. I had no idea. But hey, yeah. So yeah, check out Shaft. Join us for a review of that next week. Anyone have anything they want to talk about what we're watching wise?
I saw Sandpiper.
No, for me, like I said, it's just it's one of those short time from when we last recorded, so I really don't have anything.
Yeah.
I did finish Dragon Age, the game I was playing.
Oh, yeah.
So I beat
nice.
that, so that was pretty good. So
Okay. Oh.
I also saw Send Help, Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Like it?
What'd you think? We can chat since it doesn't seem like we'll.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like we're doing it on the pod. I really liked it. I had a great time with it.
Yeah.
It hit. I didn't see any trailers. I just knew it was Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien go to an island, and it was Sam Raimi directing, and I was just like, trust. And so the kind of movie it ends up revealing itself to be, I did not expect, and I really enjoyed. And I very much enjoyed how the story kind of progressed and everything that kind of went with it. And Man, Blake, have you seen the film Hard Candy? With Patrick Wilson
I don't believe so.
Elliot Page.
I don't believe so. It's
I don't
one
know if
I know it's
anyone
on my
else
radar. No, I haven't seen
has
it.
seen
I haven't
this
seen it, no.
besides me. Okay.
Yeah, David Slade.
Yeah, so there's a bits in here that like has very similar premise to bits in Hard Candy as well too. Which is it was an interesting twist or an interesting thing to throw out where it's like it's so specific where I was just like there's very this almost seems to be intentional in some ways. But there's yeah, I had a good time with it. It's kind of definitely in that Sam Raimi you shifting loyalties, black comedy, dark humor for sure. But yeah, I had a grand old time with it. I mean, I felt like it has continued 2026's little hot streak that we've started on. So
yeah,
shot
yeah.
Funnily enough, by the great Bill Pope, the cinematographer on the original Matrix, bringing it all back together here.
I would probably echo most of your sentiments. I had a good time with it. I think I gave it 4 stars on Letterboxd, which like it was a bit of a reach to get to 4. I was like in between 3.5 and 4. So I like to round up and just be generous to movies because why not? So but yeah, in that range, very solid watch. It's not really walking out of it. It's not a movie I'm necessarily gonna go back to often, but like still had a really good time with it. It was also like a story that once you understand the concept, you think you know where it's going, but it constantly keeps you guessing. And every time you think you know where it's going, it doesn't go there. And it kind of keeps adding new elements. So it very fun watch overall. I think really well acted. Dylan O'Brien's fucking hilarious. And just has some great line deliveries and stuff. And Rachel McAdams is great too, obviously. So and Sam Raimi, fun camera work. And
yeah,
some interesting kind of use of that too. So, not.
I was gonna say the casting is really what like if they didn't nail that, they would have had a tough time with it. And I think at least for me, they really nailed that.
Oh, they absolutely did.
Like I feel like as an audience member, I don't know, having grown up in the timeline I did, I can always like Rachel McAdams has a certain. Like the audience will always be on her side a little bit, no matter what. Like she kind of brings that to the movie, no matter what. And I think that's a very smart quality. Like I think they thought about that before they cast the movie. I don't think it feels like if they didn't get these people, like the movie might not have been made or something like that, or they just are that good at like who they got.
To that point, I did see somewhere that I think Sam Raimi, after doing Multiverse of Madness, and working with Rachel McAdams a little bit, like knew that he wanted to work with her again.
Sure.
So I don't know if maybe he wrote the character with her in mind. Could be along those lines, or maybe he already had the script and she just kind of fit well for it. Maybe they worked around it a little bit. But no, you're 100% right though, because as a viewer, whether it's Rachel McAdams as an actor and you know it, or maybe just her past roles, like you do automatically kind of just want to go along with her, and maybe there's also some gender dynamics in terms of that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, great casting for both characters. Fun movie. Would recommend if you got like an A-list to burn or want to go see something in theaters.
Yeah. I think it's a
if
good
you come across that on streaming, I think it's an instant play.
I think if your girl likes scary movies or like dark comedies and that kind of thing, it's a good date movie as well too.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, it's not too scary, really. Actually, not really scary at all. There's like a handful of jump scares, actually. But
definitely some funny moments as well too, as there always is. And
some hilarious moments. I mean, I was laughing a good amount throughout the movie. So yeah, very fun watch. Just also not one that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna go buy the 4K of that one, or like can't wait to watch it again. So. But not every movie has to be that. It was just definitely a good fun time on its own. So, yeah. Anyone else watch anything notable that they want to bring up? It's only been a couple days.
Only thing I got to early Denzel. I got to Malcolm X, and it was the first time I've seen it before, probably high school or so. This is effectively a first watch for me. So I got to that early Denzel. It's like 92. Spike Lee. It's a biopic of Malcolm X, and yeah, it was a good movie. Very deep, obviously, as you guys know. Very heavy movie. In terms of just kind of where we're at in society, right? In terms of racial demographics and oppression and things of that nature back in the 1930s or whatever it is, 1940s. Excellent movie, though. Incredibly long. But it takes you back in time where, like, when they're making movies like that, that's, like I said, that's early 90s. The set pieces are cool. There's people speaking in auditoriums and stuff, and you can tell it's just like an actual set piece. Sure. And they've got 1,000 people standing in there, right? It's like you begin to appreciate stuff like that, right? In cinematography. So, yeah, that's one I got to. That was pretty heavy, but kind of on par for Black History Month. So that's one I wanted to kind of check off my list for the first time, for lack of a better word. But yeah, that's about all I got to. Sure. Yeah, when I end up ranking Malcolm it on Letterboxd, I've seen it was one watched by you. I seen that. I was like, okay,
yeah,
it's on my shot, man. It's long though. It's gonna take you a few days. I think I watched it in a span of 3 days.
How long is it? Long?
It's like 3. It's like 3.5.
Oh,
or maybe 3:20 something.
Okay. Wow, I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I just kind of went into it blind, clicked it. I was like, oh, wow.
Malcolm X often makes me think about that LeBron clip where he has either his book or a book of biography about Malcolm X, and he's like trying to say how he's like actively reading it. And someone's like, "What's like what's a meaningful message from the book that you've taken away, or like a favorite quote?" And he goes, well, I don't know. I don't really know. There's a lot of good things that he says or something like that. Just a super generic answer that really tells that he probably hasn't actually been reading it. Just fucking
for sure, dude. LeBron is unintentionally one of the funniest people.
There's just no reason to lie about something like that, but you just can't help yourself, I guess.
Let alone being the magnitude of LeBron James and just like openly lying about that, it just makes it even funnier.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't need to have opinions.
Yeah, you really don't.
Yeah. That's actually a great conversation me and Haley just had the other day when we started talking about a lot of people having differing, polarizing opinions on things. And I was like, you know what? There's not enough people who are just being like, you know what? I don't care. It's not for me. Right? Like, we don't have enough people who don't want to not share opinions, if that makes sense, if I'm articulating myself correctly.
We say,
but instead, everything is like, here's the finite amount of information I know, and here's my stance. Right? There's not a lot of, I don't know, man.
We say on our weekly podcast,
and you just go to the next topic.
We've had for 5 years at this point.
We express our opinions.
That's 4 guys critiquing movies, for sure. Funny, the awesome duality.
Right. Oh man. All right. Well, I think we were good to get on out of here then. Thank you all for listening, especially if you made it this far into the episode. You're our favorite type of listener, and we seriously really do appreciate it. Do us a favor, help grow the podcast by sharing it with a friend, family member, maybe a fellow vampire or a member of the Blood Pack. While you're doing that, you can follow our show on Twitter. We're at Banter Row. On YouTube, we're Back Row Banter, and our email is backrowbanterpod@gmail.com if you want to send us one of those. I think I'll leave show plugs for the listeners to view personal plugs for viewers to look at themselves. If you guys want to see where we're at, you can look at the episode description, or all of our personal stuff's linked there. But I think that'll be it. Join us for a review of Shaft from 2000 next week. We'll be RB.
America. Ready for another lesson.
Now recording.
I'm just kidding.
Someone clap. Thanks.
Someone clap cheeks.
Whoa, it's a different podcast.
Cut that out. We need another
I think
clap. I need to get another clap. I need to cut that out.
I think that's how you get banned from Discord and Twitch, isn't it?
Facts. No, for sure.
Clapping cheeks? No,
I don't
way.
know though. I don't watch enough porn. I don't.
Good callback. Appreciate that.
I like it. I don't watch
nice.
enough
It's funny
porn.
because it's like, yeah, no, enough porn. It's funny because like I watch some, I don't watch enough.
Yes, I haven't expanded my taste yet. I'm still just dipping my toe in.
Hey guys.
Right. I haven't got to the online streaming Twitch Discord porn category. Maybe in that dystopian future, though, Nathaniel's talking about, maybe that's the only porn category left.
We're a casual movie talk podcast, man. We'll cover any genre.
Yeah, there's got to be. At what point are we, where do we draw the line on movie,
Yeah, I don't know.
True. I mean, maybe if this doesn't catch on soon, maybe we can just switch over to that. We just watch parodies of movies in porn and review those.
Just start reviewing those.
Become like a Pornhub partner, like affiliate.
I'd hate
I mean,
to say
OnlyFans
it probably has some sort of viability out there for somebody. Not saying it would be us.
You know how many pervs are out there?
I'm not saying it would be us, but I'm saying that is definitely a thing that you could probably make money on.